Hello everyone. Children, we are continuing with the chapter of first aid, and this will be the B part of first aid. In the previous session, you have studied what is first aid and the different types of aids you can give in emergency to the person having different type of injuries. You have studied about the first aid for cuts, first aid for burns, and today we are going to study about the first aid for bites. Bites means the injury caused by the bites of dogs and different type of animals. In case of bite of a rabid dog and some other rabid mammals such as monkeys, cats or rabbits, firstly, wash the area of the bite with soap and water. Dry the affected area and cover it with a clean cloth. Observe the animals for rabies. Now, rabid animals means the animals that causes rabies in human beings. So, it is caused by the bite of the dogs, mammals like monkeys, cats and rabbits. Suppose if any of these animal bites you, what you have to do? You have to first wash the area of the bite with soap and water. Rub it with this soap and then clean it with water, and then dry the affected area and cover it with a clean cloth. That is very, very important. The cloth should be very clean so that there is no dust or any type of bacteria or microorganism in that cloth. Then you have to observe the animal for rabies, whether this dog is having the rabies or not. You have to watch that dog. Now, a poisonous snake can be fatal as it bite contains venom, that is poison of the snake. Venom means poison of the snake, which affects the nervous system and blood. Suppose, see, the bite of a poisonous snake is very fatal and sometimes it may lead to death also. And this poisonous snake contains venom. Venom means poison, and this poison affects the nervous system as it flows in the blood. Suppose if anybody is bitten by a poisonous snake, what you have to do? Immediately squeeze out some blood from the affected region and tie a band above the site of snake bite to prevent the spreading of venom into the body. So first thing what you have to do, suppose if anybody is bitten by a poisonous snake, what you have to do? You have to tie a band above that bitten area. Then squeeze out, make a cut and squeeze out some of the blood from that affected region. We are tying a band over that bite because the blood may not flow or it may not reach to the other parts of the body. And then you cut that small portion, make a small cut and then squeeze out the blood from that area. Keep the bitten area at or below the heart level. See, now here you have to keep the bitten area below the heart level so that the blood may continuously flow down, or blood may continuously come out of your body so that it may not reach the different parts of the body. Make sure the victim can breathe comfortably. You have to leave space. That means you have to take the victim to the fresh air so that he or she may can breathe comfortably. So children, that is very important. This you have to do. See here, most of the snakes are non-poisonous. All the snakes are not poisonous. Only some snakes are poisonous, and most of them they are non-poisonous also. They do no harm to us. If the snake is non-poisonous, even if it has bitten us, it will not cause any harm. They have all the teeth similar, leaving U-shaped marks on the body of the victim. So see, in the non-poisonous snake, all the teeth are similar. They are of similar size and shape, and when they bite anyone, they leave a U-shaped mark on the body. In poisonous snakes, all the teeth are not similar. See, this is the difference between a poisonous snake and a non-poisonous snake. Non-poisonous snakes have all the teeth, similar teeth, but poisonous snakes do not have all similar teeth. Two of the maxillary teeth are long. Two of the maxillary teeth are large, grooved, and curved, called poison fangs. See, in the poisonous snakes, two maxillary teeth, they are large and grooved, and they are curved, and they are known as the poison fangs, which are connected to the poison gland. This maxillary teeth, or we can call it as the poison fangs, they are connected with the poison gland. So when these snake bites, the poison from the glands are released into the teeth, and when the snake bites us, that poison is released into our body. These snakes leave two fangs marks. So we can identify by looking at the marks on the body whether it is bitten by the victim is bitten by a poisonous snake or a non-poisonous snake. If it is bitten by a poisonous snake, it will leave two fang marks, two fangs marks. And if it is not bitten by a poisonous snake, or if the person is bitten by a non-poisonous snake, they will leave a U-shaped mark on the body of the victim. So in this way we can identify whether the poisonous snake has bitten us or the non-poisonous snake has bitten us. So these are about the bites of the animals. Now, first aid for stings. Stings means when any insect bites us, because insects have stings. The stings of the insects like bees, ants, wasps contain venom and do harm to us. See, all these insects like bees, ants, wasps, they have stings, and these stings contain venom. That means venom means poison, and they cause harm to us when we are bitten by them. Pull out the sting if it is in the wound. If the insect leave its sting in our body, so first thing what we have to do, we have to remove that sting from our body. Squeeze out some blood to force out the venom. In the same way as we have done in the bite of the snake, we have to make a cut, and then we have to squeeze out some blood from the body so that the venom may come out with the blood, and it will not be taken to different parts of the body with the blood stream. Apply soap water to neutralize the poison of the bees or ants, and vinegar or for wasp bites. See, once we are bitten by any insect, what we have to do, we have to clean that place with soap and water, and by washing it with soap and water, that will neutralize the poison of bees, that will neutralize the poison of bees or ants. And if we are bitten by a wasp, then we have to wash it with vinegar. So vinegar will neutralize the venom or neutralize the poison. So these things you have to do when you are bitten by any mammal or any animal or any snake or any insects. So children, the things to be kept in mind while providing first aid. So this we will do afterwards, after completing all the first aid for different types of injuries. This is the first aid for bleeding, as we have done in the first session. We have studied about the first aid for cuts. See here what we have to do if the person first aid for bleeding. That means any external bleeding. External bleeding means any bleeding which comes out from the wounds which are on our body. First thing what you have to do, children, lay the patient down, remove clothing from around the wound if you can. Without wasting time or distressing the casualty, press down hard on the wound with any absorbent material or your bare hands, unless there is a foreign object in the wound. Now see, if the person is bleeding, if there is any wound on the body, the first thing is that you make the patient lie down, and then without wasting time, what you have to do, you have to be very alert about all these things. You have to press the wound either with a clean cloth or any pad if you are having, or if you are not having any pad, you can press the wound with your clean handkerchief. The handkerchief or the cloth should be clean, and press it hard on the wound. Then after that, raise the wounded area above the level of the heart if possible. If it is possible, you can raise the level of the wound or the part of the body where you are having the wound above the level of the heart. This will stop the flow of blood. When the bleeding stops, put on a sterilized gauze or absorbent dressing. Calm and reassure the patient. Now, after that, once the blood bleeding stops, what you have to do? You have to put a sterilized gauze or any sterilized, or we can call it as any clean cloth on the wound, and you have to calm and reassure the patient. You have to give some moral support to the patient also, not to worry. Then after that, tie the dressing in place with a bandage, scarf or other suitable material. Keep the patient as still as possible. Now you have to keep the patient still as possible. Then do not give anything to eat or drink even if it is asked for. Now after that, you put a dressing. Either you tie that wound by your handkerchief or with your scarf or any clean cloth you get, and then don't move the patient here and there, and don't give anything to eat or drink between that time. Then, if the blood seeps through the dressing, do not remove it but put another on top. Keep the patient's leg as steady as possible on your knee. Make sure the blood has stopped leaking. Suppose if even after doing that the blood is still leaking or seeping out of the wound, then you can put another absorbent, or you can put another pad or any cloth or handkerchief on that, and then keep that, raise the portion above the level of the heart, or you can keep it on your knee as it is shown here, and then make sure that the blood has stopped leaking. Now after that, after giving this first aid, get medical attention quickly if you can do so without leaving the casualty for more than a moment. Regularly check the pulse and breathing and make sure the patient is comfortable. After doing all these things, you have to keep one more thing in mind, that whether the patient is comfortable or not, whether he or she is breathing properly or not. You have to look into this matter, and as soon as possible take the victim to the nearby hospital. So this first aid you can give to the patient who is bleeding. Now second one is the first aid for eyes. What first aid you will give to the person if anything has fallen into your eye? What you will do? Any foreign body has entered your eyes. What first aid you will give? Now see here. First thing is that, first thing, to wash out chemicals, lay the patient down, hold the eye open and trickle clean cold water into the eyes for 5 minutes. Suppose any chemical has fallen into your eye by mistake while doing any experiment or working at home. What you have to do, if any chemical has entered your eye, first you lay the patient down, open his eyes with your fingers and pour clean water drop by drop into the eyes for 5 minutes. That will remove all the chemicals which has fallen into your eyes. Secondly, if you cannot wash out a foreign body, lift the lids away from the eyes and ask the patient to roll the eyes around to shift it. Suppose if any foreign body is present in the eye and it is not coming out, it has sticken into your eye and it is not coming out even after pouring water, then what you have to do? You have to lift the lids away from the eyes and ask. You see here as it is shown, lift the eyelids like this and ask the patient, broaden your eyes, lift the eyelids and ask the patient to roll on the eyes here and there, and that will shift the any body or foreign body or any we can see say any dust particle if it is there in your eye. Now if the foreign body is under the upper lid, pulling the lid down over the lower lid make help to wash it out. Now, if any foreign body is under the upper lid, what you will do? You do one thing. You pull the upper lid and take this lower lid inside the upper lid and pull the upper lid above that. That will help to wash it out or remove the foreign particle or any dust particle or for any foreign body which is present in your eye. Now, if the object still hasn't shifted, turn the lid out and use the corner of clean cloth to lift it out. Don't touch the cornea. Now, if anything is there, even if the after doing all these things, even if the foreign body is not coming out of the eyelid, you can use the soft, we can say, hanky or a clean cloth, the corner of the clean cloth, and you can put it like this in your eye. Have you seen? This is the cloth, the corner of the cloth, and you can uh, roll it like this to remove the dust particle or any foreign particle which is present here below this lower lid, under the lower lid. And if it is not coming out, immediately take the victim to the hospital. So this first aid you can give to the person for eyes. Now, third one is that first aid for swallowing poison. If anybody has swallowed poison either by mistake, so what you have to do? Poisoning is the result of consuming a substance, that is poison, which disrupts the normal functioning of the body. If anybody has taken poison, if anyone has consumed poison, what will happen? See, poison, it disrupts the normal functioning of our body. So it is very important to take out that poison out of the body. Poisoning can take many forms, from the accidental swallowing of poisonous substances or when children drink cleaning materials to snake bites. In some cases, poisoning comes from within the body. For instance, when liver failure or kidney failure means that poison substance build up in the body. Sometimes by mistake children drink the cleaning materials like this Lysol, Harpic, that will cause damage, that will damage their body, and it is very dangerous for their life. Sometimes the poison uh, um, comes within the body when the liver is not functioning, liver and kidneys are not functioning properly, then also there is poison in our body. Many cases of poisoning are deliberate suicide attempts. The patient takes a drug overdose, often in combination with alcohol. Sometimes deliberately to make some suicide attempts, the person takes the poison, and the person takes the overdose of the medicines also, and in combination with the alcohol. So all these causes this poisons, they will damage our body. So what you have to do when anyone has taken poison? Find out what the victim has swallowed. First thing is that we have to find out what poison the person has swallowed, whether it is any liquid or it is in the form of any solid. We have to find it out. If it is tablet or berries and they are conscious, try to induce vomiting by putting your finger down their throat. If somebody has taken any tablet or any berries, that means a solid thing, and then we have to make the patient to vomit. So how can we make the patient vomit? We can put our hand in the throat of the victim so that they may vomit. Call an ambulance. The very important thing that we have to call the ambulance. Move them into the recovery position if they are unconscious. If the person, sometimes they are conscious, sometimes the person may become unconscious. If it is conscious, we can make them vomit by putting our hand in the throat. But if they are unconscious, we have to make them into the recovery position. We have to try them, we have to make them so that they may be conscious. Keep medicines and cleaning materials out of the reach of the children. This is very important. When we have small children in our home, we have to keep out all the cleaning materials like Harpic, Dettol and Lysol, all these cleaning materials away from the reach of the phenyl, away from the reach of the children. Now, what things we don't have to do? Induce vomiting if they have swallowed anything corrosive, that is bleach, petrol, cleaning material. Instead, make them drink a lot of milk or water. Now, induce vomiting if they have swallowed anything corrosive. If they have swallowed any liquid like bleach or petrol or cleaning material, then we have to induce them to induce vomiting so that they may vomit all these things, and make them drink a lot of milk or water. Then keep the cleaning material in any container other than the child proof containers in which they come in. So we have to keep these cleaning materials in any other containers so that the children may are not able to open that. So all these things you have to do when the person has swallowed any poison. So this first aid for fractures, and this one we will do tomorrow in the next session, that first aid for pain, this fainting or becoming unconscious. So this we will do tomorrow. Till then, bye and thank you. Learn all these things. You have to you should know all the first aids, what you have to do if the person is bleeding, if someone is bitten by a snake or bitten by an animal or insect, or if somebody has swallowed any poison. So do this, learn it. So we'll meet tomorrow. Bye.